And this is Ken Kraetzer at the Direct Marketing Association annual conference, and then which is just wrapped up. And I have two of the leadership members of the DMA to talk to a little bit about the conference and everything that went into it to make it such an successful event. And I have a chance to talk with Tom Benton, who is the CEO of the Direct Marketing Association, and Neil O'Keefe, who is the Senior Vice President. And Tom, maybe if I could just start with you a little bit about the conference. What were some of the highlights? There's just so many things that go into 2.5 days. You have one session after another, one great speaker, some amazing keynotes, and finishing with John Legend was so memorable. What are some of the highlights for you?
Well, first and foremost, this is a rebranding of the event and a relaunch of the event. It's brand new. We did a lot of new things. Yes, we shortened the event from 6 days to 2.5. Nobody can spend 6 days out of the office, and did a lot of research before relaunching the event. Just as we're all about data-driven marketing, we practiced that as well. So what we did was we heard people say, we can't be out for 6 days, can only be out for less time than that, so we shrunk the event. But we took the resources and really improved the content of the event, added lots of new things to the event. Hot Zone, the Hot Zone is a competition for startups to come and have a spot on the showroom floor. We had 15 startups from the United States here. Were there any from international?
Yeah, we had one from Japan as well.
Yeah, so we had startups here from not just the United States, from other countries as well. We had 2 guys fly in from Singapore just to come to the event. And it's bringing new innovative content to the marketers. It's revitalizing the event. We had a hub in the center of the floor. It was a circular stage with TED-like talks throughout the event. Was a real success. Everybody loved that. And yes, our speakers, Blake Mykoski from Tom's Shoes, the chief shoe giver from Tom's Shoes, Kevin Roberts from Saatchi & Saatchi, and of course John Legend wrapping up the event this afternoon. We had great entertainment here as well. We had a great concert last night with the Goo Goo Dolls. Everybody had a fabulous time. And, we really have a lot of positive feedback from people. And this is the first year of a 3-year transformation of the event. Next year, we move to Los Angeles. And then the third year is a 100th year anniversary celebration of DMA in New Orleans. So that's going to be a big party. We're really looking forward to that.
Well, that's right. I think I was saying I've been coming to direct marketing annual conferences for over 30 years now and seeing the transformation, and you really got it going in a very positive and innovative direction. Now, let's just ask Neil O'Keefe, Senior Vice President of the Direct Marketing Association. Just tell us a little bit about what goes into putting this together. I mean, you have 2.5 days, but it takes years, I'm sure more than a year of preparation to book the convention center and to plan the event. What was involved in just preparing the event?
Well, as Tom said, we've already planned 2 years out, so it's into full gear immediately. We already have our webpage up, and then 16.org. You can go out there and get set up for LA next year and buy a pass. And we'll be in the email and mail stream next week with promotions for and then 16.
Absolutely. Now, just go back to Tom Benton. One of the things that was really neat for me at the Echo Awards last night was the winner of the competition, the Diamond Echo, Campbell Ewald from the Michigan area, won the award for the work for an organization that's 200 years old, the United States Navy. And it was so neat to see them. They were so happy to win and be recognized by the Hoke family with that award. It was an amazing moment. What were the Echo Awards like for you?
It's such a great opportunity for us to recognize great creative campaigns that are all about measurable marketing. And that campaign that those 2 young men put together for the United States Navy, which recruited, I think it was over 1,200 cryptologists, was really a fabulous viral campaign by putting a puzzle out on the web and having people actually recruit themselves to come to the Navy. It was fabulous. It was no surprise that they took all of the top awards last night. They really deserved it. And I've been talking about that a lot. Very creative, but really such an efficient way to develop a viral marketing campaign where it was a self-selection of the best young cryptologists out there. And as the Navy said, they recruited themselves. It was remarkable.
And I spent a lot of time down in the exhibit hall talking with company Celigent from Belgium. Was hosting the stage you had right in the middle of the exhibition hall floor with one fabulous speaker after another. And I really enjoyed listening to the discussion about the Ice Bucket Challenge. that originated here in Boston with a Boston College baseball player, and that was really something to hear the woman from the ALS Massachusetts chapter and the agency representative describe how that took off. Neil, you've got a look in your eye about how special that was. Maybe you could tell us about it.
That session was special, but everything in the hub was special. We were really excited. That's really become the showcase of this event. That's the trademark, the energy that comes out of the hub and what goes in there, bringing together the ALS Challenge, bringing Boston into our event. We also had a young man on the stage today from Northeastern University who has a startup company called pickasound.co. It was really great to integrate what goes on here in Boston with startup companies and entrepreneurship into what the DMA and then has to offer as an event. You mentioned Celogen. They were our title sponsor for the event. They were terrific. We had Pitney Bowes sponsoring our mobile app. IBM had a ring around the hub. R.R. Donnelley built out our new badges with RFID chips. We had hundreds of exhibitors and sponsors in the hall and thousands of marketers here for 2.5 days. We're really proud of the event.
Absolutely. I just conclude with Tom Benton, CEO of the Direct Marketing Association, offer congratulations. I know so much goes into these events, and then it's over. You lose the adrenaline, I guess, next couple of days. But I know you're starting up again for next year. Tell us about some of the other activities during the course of the year that you do for the membership and for the direct marketing, digital marketing public during the course of the year.
Well, DMA has been a strong advocate for marketers around the world, not just in the United States. In fact, last year we were mentioned by Steve Croft on a 60 Minutes segment as being one of the loudest voices in Washington. So we really do stick up a lot for the marketers, a lot of data privacy issues. Last December, we stood before the Supreme Court, argued a case on behalf of marketers, and we were awarded a unanimous decision. So we do a lot on the advocacy front on behalf of this industry and to make sure that we preserve the environment for this industry. But there's more to it than that. We also require that DMA members abide by guidelines and ethics, so they're responsible marketers. And as in any industry, there are bad actors out there. We report them. We talk to them and do cease and desists. And if it needs to be escalated, we escalate it to the Federal Trade Commission and Federal Communications Commission. So there's teeth in what we do, but by far most of the marketers are responsible marketers, and we just need to make sure that legislators understand that, the only annoying ad is an ad that somebody isn't interested in, and we're not interested in killing the golden goose, our customers. We're just trying to fulfill their interests and needs in as efficient a way as we possibly can. We do a lot of surveys. We have a great, broad, and deep pool of members. And go to our website and take a look at our board of directors. And in fact, we just brought on 5 new board of directors. And one of the things that DMA is all about is bringing diversity to marketing. Our board has made a concerted effort to bring more women on board. And in fact, of the 5 new board members that we brought on, 4 of them are senior level executives at major brands.
I know you had the Marketing X Factor presentation, 5 women executives, Sue Barton of Bank of America participating in that. And I always see the commitment to education of the Direct Marketing Association, and had a chance to see that student from Northeastern University up there with John Legend in the final session with Mel Robbins, and a very special moment that student will remember. I know you do that a lot during the year.
Yeah, we really are bringing in a lot of youth into DMA. I mean, it's our future. So helping these startup companies and helping shine the light on bright young people like that man who was up on stage with John Legend is very important to us. That's the future of our industry, and certainly we want to engage young people in DMA and continue what we've been doing for the last 98 years. So it's a lot of fun though to bring people like that in. The energy and the enthusiasm, particularly with the startups, is something that we're really passionate about. That's something that's brand new, and we're going to continue to build on that.
Well, that's great. It's a pleasure to be here and to help tell the story of the Direct Marketing Association and all the work that you do on behalf of marketing and practitioners and in Washington. Tom Benton, Chief Executive Officer of DMA, thank you. And Neil O'Keefe, Senior Vice President of the DMA, thank you as well. From Boston, this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services.
Thanks, Ken.